Alright, here we are, starting out our trip. New Leicester Highway, heading past post office, Amazon truck. Looks like maybe a scooter or a moped up ahead on the right. He's doing about 45, looks like, so. Yeah, a Honda scooter. Looks like an Elite. Not very elite looking though, with its missing body parts. Yeah, share the road with you. Alright, which way are you going? Are you turning? You're going straight. I'm going to be turning. Cactus Drive. Right. Interesting pattern in the stripe. Somebody was having fun. So today we're trying out the new 360 lens on the Insta360 camera. Got the other Insta360 down on the crash bar. Looks like it's doing pretty well. Alright. And we're out on the Harley today because, number one, it's really cold out. It's probably about 42 degrees right now. And this bike has a windshield, which makes those temperatures tolerable. Plus, I got a few more places that I can mount the camera, for example, onto the windshield itself. That's where the 360 camera is located. So a little talk about the cameras. The first one I got was the Insta360 1RS, and to get the 360-degree lenses, I bought another camera, a 1R, which is the earlier model. Not quite as good, but not bad by any means. These are competitors to the GoPro line of cameras. And I've just had I wouldn't even call it a love-hate, just a hate relationship with GoPros over the years. Overheating, quitting for no reason. You can never tell if it's on or not, or you think it's on and it quits a few seconds later, and you've just been talking for half an hour to nobody. I find it a little bit annoying. So, I am slowly but surely, and don't call me Shirley, switching over to the Insta360 brand. GoPro's just sitting a little pile in the corner now because I find them so annoying. The other cool thing about the Insta360 brand is they're modular. What does that mean? Well, the battery pack's on the outside. I know some of my GoPros have had a built-in battery, and when it goes dead, you're just dead until you can charge it up again. Now most of them have removable batteries, except the latest one. They went back to a built-in battery. Anyway, Insta360, the lens from the R model fits the RS. What I'm doing right now is I've got the R360 lens on the RS body. The RS battery is slightly larger than the R battery. But if you use an RS case, instead of having the little flip down mount things like a lot of cameras do, these you actually have to put it in the case, but the case is a real skeleton, exoskeleton, I guess you would call it. And they're interchangeable. The only difference is if you've got the R with the smaller battery, it'll rattle around in the RS case. And since I wanted everything interchangeable, I've got spare RS batteries, and I bought a spare RS case. With the RS battery, the RS case, the R fits perfectly. It's a really good system. I like that it's backward compatible. Not like some where they come out and here's our new model where nothing fits from the old one. Anyway, and I don't think I made a video. I know I shot some just talking about the other equipment. Rode Go 2 Wireless. I think that's the title. Anyway, it's 2 microphones in stereo. You can put them wherever you want. I've got one clipped onto the saddlebag and one clipped onto the back of my helmet, where I've got a little lavalier tucked into the lining of my helmet. And the actual Rode microphone is velcroed onto the back of my helmet. So that way, the one velcroed to the back of the helmet isn't sticking me in the face like the one I tried before. And it seems to work pretty well. There's virtually no wind noise from these Rode microphones, especially the one that's outside with the fuzzy dead cat cover. The only wind noise I was getting before was actually the helmet whistling, not wind blowing on the microphone itself. So yeah, these microphones do really well in a windy situation, but there's nothing you can do if the helmet's making noise. That's not the fault of the microphone. That's the fault of the helmet, which is one of the reasons I got a new helmet. Shoei Neotech 2. Best helmet I ever had was a Shoei Neotech. Lasted me about 10 years before I finally gave up and said, it's time for a new one. The Neotech 2 is every bit as good. Also, Shoei fits my head like they were custom made. Some brands make excellent products that just do not fit my head. But this Neotech 2, it's like somebody came to my house and took a mold of my head. Sorry if it doesn't fit anybody else in the world, but it fits me like it was made for me. So anyway, happy with my new helmet. Happy so far with the camera setup and the microphone setup. Everything is transferable to the other bike. Like I said, it's just about 40 degrees outside, and that's about my limit. I went years where the only transportation I had was a motorcycle, which you can do when you live in California because it doesn't get that cold. You get rained on, so you learn about rain gear. Get cold, so you learn about heated gear. And speaking of which, I'm wearing my hot wired brand from Cycle Gear jacket liner. I've got it on high right now and I'm starting to roast. I'm gonna have to turn it down here in a bit. Unfortunately, with a helmet on, it's hard to look down at the controller for it, which is part of the jacket liner. But I'd rather have control where I can make myself uncomfortably hot and then turn it down, rather than just be out here freezing. Well, that's interesting. My microphone came off its cold shoe. Dangling by the wire. Well, it's nice that the wire kept it on. Let's clip that back on. Maybe I can go this way with it. Or not. Alright. Put it back the way it was. We'll inspect it again later. Rear one's still on. Okay. No disaster, minor inconvenience. And away we go. It's always a concern when you're on a motorcycle with cameras and microphones and such. When I got that first 360 camera, it wasn't even on one day when the camera launched with its selfie stick out onto the road, destroying the lens. And it's not modular like these, so that meant the whole camera was ruined. First day I got it. Fortunately, I had bought the protection plan. Covers damage as well as defects, because I know the way I ride. Alright. And they sent me a new one. That was really good of them. I like when a company stands behind their product. But yeah, bought a really cool long selfie stick made out of carbon fiber. Oh, what a cool thing that is to have. Makes it look like a drone shot. Except that apparently the weight of the camera is too much for the selfie stick and it's split down the middle. I've glued it back together, but I still don't know if I want to trust it. You know, people make this stuff And they make it for surfers and paragliders. And I don't think they understand the abuse of just being on a motorcycle. The roads are rough. There's constant vibration. You've got the wind blowing. All these things going on. And it's hard. It's hard to engineer. As a matter of fact, doing the selfie stick thing before, I was getting the weird bouncing where the camera software will stabilize the horizon. Oh, it's really cool. Makes everything, the whole world look smooth. But whatever the camera is attached to, in this case a motorcycle, looks like a bucking bronco, bouncing up and down, wobbling all over the place, and all because the selfie stick is flexible. What we in the motorcycle world need are totally inflexible, made out of diamonds and unobtainium or something, that will not flex with vibration, dips in the road, or anything else. So today we're using a new stick. It's only about 8 inches long, but it's solid billet aluminum. Now it's not just a block of aluminum, it's got fancy little cutouts on it because everything has to be so lightweight. We're going to see how that works. I have high hopes. But you know, somebody could make a fortune selling stuff that actually works on a motorcycle. Because that's what these action cameras are ideally suited for. But I think these guys sit around their offices and go, hey, how about if we make a telescoping selfie stick? Who cares if it flexes like a bamboo fishing pole? Nobody will notice when they're walking around the yard trying to get shots. Well, winter has come to Bear Creek. Hasn't rained in a while, so the creek is drying up. All the leaves are gone. Still pretty in my opinion. I'm living most of my life where it rains for 3 months and then it's on fire the rest of the year. I always used to joke that California got all dressed in green for St. Patrick's Day. About a week or two ahead of that, it would get green and stay green for another month or so, and then slowly fade to brown, and then to fire. Man, there's a lot of rocks in the road today. Alright, coming up to the end of Bear Creek Road. Sure is a beautiful day. There we go. The roar of an American V-twin.